Technology is a critical tool that enables innovation for the development of individuals and businesses. This was the call by experts at the 2024 edition of Tech Unite with the theme Harnessing Tomorrow Technology Today Through Innovation.
Harnessing tomorrow's technology, yeah? Yes, I mean, you know that technology is the key, and we can see how technology has really impacted the lives of everyone, including businesses. Yeah, so we decided to team it, harnessing tomorrow's technology today through innovation. Okay, so because we believe that for any community to thrive, like I said earlier, technology, because we're in the age of technology, so technology has to be brought into that play.
With over 25 emerging technologies in the world and counting, which includes quantum computing, blockchain, and more, experts share insights on preparing for more adoption and optimizing them.
Just like he explained what cloud computing is, you get that on-demand computing resources, your data storage, your networking, everything on demand. Take note of that word. And the fact that it is on demand, you only pay for what you use, right? And it is only when you use it. That's one. So now imagine it is on-prem. You guess capacity. You guess like, okay, it's festive season. I need to like provision for this number of servers and the lot. But business can go beyond your expectation. It takes time, if it is on-prem, for you to provision all those resources that you need to power up your application. But when you move to the cloud, within a twinkle of an eye, you have your server running.
Thank you. When you talk about AI, I say it's the buzzword. And for us, we've been consuming AI way back more than 5, 10 years now before it became the buzzword. We heard about the deep machine learning and the rest. It started years back when we have in machine learning, when there's a fault within a system and we send an engineer to fix it. And the machine study what the engineer has done. 5, 8 years after, another engineer gets there, the machine is saying, this is what Chinedu did 8 years ago. This is what he did 5 years ago. You don't need to start stressing yourself. Just go through what he has done. So this were the infant of the artificial intelligence. Now, fast forward, it's become pretty much advanced now, such that the degree of error of AI is minimal and is more accurate than human being for all you care. So looking at it from managing a multiple customers in an environment, so a whole lot of processes have been automated at the back end, which makes it a lot easier for us.
You need to keep learning, collaborate. There is what I used to say that you need to spend money to recruit talent and also retain expertise.
Apart from cloud, apart from analytics we were talking about, even back in the days of ERP, I've experienced several ERP implementations and technology acquisitions. It starts with the leadership. ERP, though, most time when we hear that ERP implementation phase, it fails because the leaders don't adopt it. Even though the leaders of the business, they approve the budget, they acquire it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't work because they don't believe in it. So you are right. However, over a period of time, we have seen dramatic changes.
Regulation also plays an important role in influencing innovation and its adoption.
The problem in Nigeria is that it's not enforced as it is in the rest of the world.
Very true.
So just to give a quick background, what happened was that after the attack on the World Trade Center in 2001, the Americans brought out something called the Patriot Act. And the Patriot Act was just to protect America such that such events would not happen again. But of course, at that time, cloud computing was not in the fore. So it wasn't until 2018 that the Americans enacted what they call the Cloud Act. And what the Cloud Act was basically that the American government had the ability to access data on any platform that is American-based, so i.e. Azure, AWS. Now, the combination of those two, plus Google, accounts for about 70% of the market. Now, on the flip side, if you look at Europe, in the same year, 2018, the Europeans brought out what they call the GDPR, which basically said that the originator of the data owns the data. That's basically what it says. And if you want to touch his data, you need his permission, which goes, head-to-head conflict with the Americans' Cloud Act, which was signed by Trump, which was basically saying the Americans had the right to take data that they felt was impinging on American sort of safety or its threats. Now, if you then look at what you have, you hear words like data sovereignty, data governance, and all that, which basically talks about what is the law that governs the authority of the data. As you know, over 90% in Nigeria today sit on either Azure or AWS, which means that you're sitting on, you're subject to American law. Meanwhile, majority of our businesses in Nigeria are regulated by authorities in Nigeria, which is in conflict with who's the authority on your data. So that's what you've got to work out for. So the ideal thing is not to be on those platforms, but since everybody wants to be on there, what they have done to mitigate is that Azure and AWS have set up a base in South Africa so that they're saying that your data is still sitting in Africa. But South African law does not have jurisdiction within the Nigerian shores. So you're still, even if you move your data there, your data is still outside of Nigeria. And in the event of a conflict or in the event of a dispute, the American law is going to take precedence and they would govern that. So that's the danger that we have today, which has been lurking but has not been addressed. And I think until we have a test case where there's a dispute between the regulators, when I call the regulators, I'm talking of CBN, who are the largest regulators in Nigeria, and the American government. Because quietly, there's a lot of dispute at the moment between the European powers and America at the moment, and they're quietly trying to resolve it.
You cannot give what you don't have, right? So for the guys in government to regulate appropriately, they need to be highly skilled. Government needs to invest in people, in her people, so that they can also understand and better articulate great policies that will be beneficial for both government and the people of Nigeria, and indeed the world. Because, for example, you can imagine the impact of having a deep fake that has some moral challenge on the youth. For example, assuming I know, for example, say a girl has committed an abortion, and I get a deep fake of somebody that knows her and starts saying some funny things, and after that the girl commits suicide. These are things that we need to think about. It looks simple from what we are saying on the stage, but it goes beyond that. Some people have lost money, so you can imagine how we are in this nation, and you finish to maybe save up for a project or something, or for your family, and somebody uses the fake, courtesy AI, to scam the person of the money. It will not be something that is funny, because we see it comes with some emotional challenges, some psychological challenges, and government need to. And also for the brand of our dear country, Nigeria, that we are building, we need to be seen to be in the forefront of things. Yes, we are playing catch-up. However, somebody can, just like in game of football, we have done it before. Nigeria was 4 goals down. We came from behind, got to 4-0, and won the match. So we can actually play catch-up and actually be in front of the game, because it's about curiosity, it's about the intentionality of the people and government. We can work together, because really government cannot do it alone. They need experts also in the field to support them so that we can build an ecosystem that is very, very, very great for our people.
I think industry and government should work in hand in understanding the regulation and forming a regulation that is more friendly towards faster development of technology and adaptation of technology to the masses. Sometimes we tend to fear things that we don't understand, but having a cooperation between government and private entities and creating litigation and laws in terms of facilitating growth will eventually push adoption of technology and transforming the current market into more market that is sustainable for digital growth. Because right now I think the market is undersaturated. With a better regulation that is favorable for tech adoption into daily life will make digital transformation a lot faster and a lot more fruitful for the African community.
There are many talented people in the regulatory offices around the continent. There are many people that do understand, but there are also, on the flip side, there are those regulators that don't understand the technologies that they are regulating. So that does cause problems, it does cause challenges, but it's about education. We as vendors and operators and suppliers to the industry need to do our best to educate the regulators as best we can, because technology moves so fast. It's very difficult for the regulators to stay up to date with absolutely everything. I'm focusing just on the satellite industry, just on the products that we work with. The regulators are working across 10, 15 different sectors within that telecoms environment that they are trying to keep up with. So how does AI impact the telco networks? It's going to impact them. We're going to see efficiencies coming through with artificial intelligence changing the way those networks are structured. How do we then expect the regulators, when they're trying to manage all of this, to then focus and know what's happening in the AI space and technology? So it's all about an education process for all of us. We're all learning as these technologies are developing, and I think that goes to the regulators as well.
While it's positive and it has disadvantages, more innovations are called for.
The world is going digital, so it's always a welcome development for businesses to look, in that direction of seeing how they can link up their production process, digitalize their production process, key into what is happening around the world, so that they don't get left behind. We're hearing so much about the digital world, so much that people are beginning to think of producing with robots and so on and so forth. However, we may not have come to that stage yet, but we are hoping, that some of our members will key into, digitalizing their operations. Of course, some of them are already doing that. So it's something that they see value in it.
As a user, I see these tools as opportunities to accelerate, like either in my business or in my career or whatever you as an audience is doing. So these are tools to leverage. For example, in cloud, cloud is saving resources, computing resources, right, that you would literally do if you have to do your own cloud data center. Is it AI? AI is saving lives. AI is reducing the time you need to do stuff, creating more opportunities for efficiency. Is it in blockchain? We are going to see more transparency in finance when implemented, or in the supply chain industry. So even as a user, I see AI as one that is accelerating everything I do. And I look forward to leveraging it. I'm not being afraid of it, but leveraging each of these fourth industrial revolutions to make my life better and to be readily positioned for what lies ahead in the future in Nigeria and even around the parts of the world. The technology space is an ever increasing field. I think we are yet to even see more, right? So we are still seeing little, we are enjoying, we feel it's good, but we are still yet to explore. For example, AI, I believe we've not explored the entire potentials of AI. Even in blockchain, we've not even seen the entire applications of blockchain. And there are still more technologies yet to be perfected. Many we don't even know about because of this part of the world where we are. So I'm expecting more, and I believe that we should all, especially if we want to evolve in the current phase of this world where we find ourselves.
I would say for AI, right? Because I use ChatGPT a lot. Yeah, but my major concern is that it's really beautiful, right? But I feel we need to do more as a nation. We need these top technologies that we use, right? Coming from young talents from Nigeria. Do you get? I really celebrate all of these technologies, but we really need to start doing more as a nation. One sector that I feel is oversaturated, especially here in Nigeria, is fintech. Sorry to say. Okay. Yeah, because we like in the past.
Think so?
Yeah, because we're having a lot of issues. If I want to use eBay or AliExpress, I think I was trying to pay for a book on Amazon, and I could not. I was struggling. I had Zenith card. I had to apply for Zenith dollar card and Providus, but I was still having the same issues. So this payment issue is a major problem. Exchange rate, if you use Grey, I use a lot of fintech, a lot cheaper. Do you understand? I use a lot. There's this Bitbucket, I can't remember the name, Sha. So that is one sector that I feel that we have a lot of fintech springing up every day, especially in Nigeria, but we're having a lot of issues for payments, exchange rates.
No, the innovation are not too much, especially we in Nigeria in particular. We really need technology a lot. We really need technology because maybe I think, let's say, between 70 or 80 people are not even really familiar with the technologies like this. So there are some times when, even, there was one day I went to the airport and there is this moving escalator. We all know escalator when we are moving. When I saw some white people moving on the escalator, I look at them, they know how to use it. But when it comes to us, we believe that some are still falling down, some are still using the manual stairs, even when the escalator is still in operational. So you see that some people don't even know that such things like this exist, except if they are being told. So we really need more, like Nigeria alone, we really need, like, let's say 90% of technology in our country.
For more on well-researched and balanced stories, events and interviews across business, tech innovation and lifestyle, please like, share and subscribe to this channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network.